All right. Hope everyone is having a great weekend or great work day or a great day in general whenever you're watching this. Look, bottom line up front with this video, I'm getting good fuel economy. I'm changing my oil often. I'm testing oils. And my regeneration has been good. So maintaining my diesel particulate filter and the after treatment system has been relatively good. So let's start with fuel economy. Uh, the highest to date was on the 2nd of January. I got 24.38 miles to the gallon. You want to round that up? That's 24.4 miles to the gallon. The next highest fuel economy was just this past weekend on the 26th of February. I filled up and got 24.08 or 24.1 miles to the gallon. So not bad, not bad. And I want everyone to notice the type of oil I'm running. So between this period, you don't see it because it was in 2020 when I changed oil. I was actually running Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme. The highest on that oil was 24.3 miles to the gallon. Then I swapped out for Rotella T5. I only ran that so much, and I swapped again to Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme, and I ran from on the 12th of January. I ran that all the way to roughly the 7th of February. Total of little over 3,500 miles on that oil. And the highest fuel economy I got on that iteration was 23.5 miles to the gallon. So not bad. Then I swapped out for Rotella T5 again on February 9th, and so far the highest MPGs on this oil is 24.08 miles to the gallon. As you saw in the previous video, oil analysis by the numbers, part 1, part 2 is coming. I've decided to stay with Rotella T5 10W30 based on sheer numbers. T5 10W30 is on par with their T6, on par with AM's oil, full synthetic. So I'm good with that. I can save money by sticking with Rotella T5 10W30. So anyways, we'll move on to my observations with regeneration and why I turned on OCR with auto regen inhibit. Okay, before the 9th of February, my regeneration has been pretty predictable. The truck regens at an average of 497 miles after every regen. So basically, it reaches its 500-mile mark limit, and then it'll go into an automatic. Okay, automatic, as in it does it on its own. It's actually an active regen because the truck is forcing it, right? But it's always I'm typically on the highway or somewhere where I can ensure that from start to finish I can complete a regen, and I've been pretty happy with this, with how the truck has been doing because I can predict its regen, right? So you see here, like for instance, regen start 10,840. It completed its regen at 10,857 miles. Total miles in regen was 17. Total miles between regens, as in between the last regen, 496 miles. Next anticipated regen would be 11,357. Okay, so then I know that when I get close to 11,357 miles, somewhere around there, I will go into a regen. So I make sure when I get close to this number, I'm on the highway. Typically, it happens 2 or 3 miles before the actual 500-mile mark limit, and sure enough, at 11,354 miles, the truck went into regen. Okay, so that's been the strategy up to the 9th of February. I was accustomed to that. I can predict the next regen and ensure that I'm on the highway. Well, something happened on the 9th of February. The truck regened at 386 miles since its last regen, and that threw me off the loop. Like, that was an unexpected regen, as you see here, unexpected regen. I thought that was weird. What's going on? That's when I decided to get OCR turned on because I didn't have my diesel particulate filter percent screen on, so I didn't know how full the DPF was. I was just going by the 500-mile mark limit. So obviously, this is just speculation, right? Obviously, the truck reached 100% full before the 500-mile mark and it had to go into a regen. And so I was like, whoa, I didn't like that because I don't want to be caught off guard. I don't want to be caught off guard because I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was actually almost home. I was like 5 or 6 miles shy from home, and the truck went to regen, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I had to keep driving. I hate being in that situation, right? All these other regens were during periods of time where I had at least these regens occurred at least an hour before I would get home. I'm still on the highway driving, and that's how I always planned my driving and regen timing schedule, right? This one, I was 5 or 6 miles from home, and the truck went into regen, and it threw me off. I was like, okay, this is something's not right. So now that I have OCR turned on with auto regen inhibit, I control the regens. Okay, and I'm actually glad this happened because it led me to getting my OCR turned on. Because I didn't want to be caught in this situation again. So now we can see how full the diesel particulate filter is in relation to either the 500-mile mark limit or if the truck needs to go into a regen first, right? Which it's whoever gets to that finish line first will determine a regen. So I had OCR turned on the 12th of February. Okay, on the 14th of February, the truck did go into a regen. Okay, and I left the auto regen box checked, as in turned on, because I wanted the truck to just do its normal thing. I'm testing it, right? Will the truck continue to do an auto regen? And sure enough, it did. It did it at its normal, average 497, but did it 498 miles. It went into regen. The diesel particulate filter was at 95% full when this happened, so I was close. Obviously, the 500-mile mark limit hit first before the diesel particulate filter got to 100%. The next regens, the next 4 regens, I've been controlling them, and I've been actually extending it past 500 miles at 501 miles. Okay. And something interesting. Also, I forgot to mention, when my truck did a regen at 386 miles, obviously the diesel particulate filter got full quicker than any of these. And I don't know why, because I haven't changed my driving style. So was it the oil? Did the oil produce more soot? I don't know. I was running full synthetic at the time. Okay, I was running Valvoline Premium Blue. And word is on the forums, but take everything with a grain of salt when you read something on the internet, the claim is that Valvoline Premium Blue reduces regens. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, and yes, I did change my oil. The February 9th was the first tank, essentially the tank on Rotella T5 10W30, but I actually changed that oil a little bit before the 9th, but anyways. Yeah, so I started adding, because of this incident, right, diesel particulate filter got full, I started using hot shots again, because I had really good luck with Hot Shot Secret when my 2016 had that really weird, my 2016 Ram had that really weird regen time where it would regen, it went into an active regen every minute for like 30 miles. It was the weirdest thing. And then I used Hot Shot Secrets, and it completely made that problem go away. But anyways, so I used it again. I used it because I wanted to clean out the diesel particulate filter. Okay, and I started using EDT on the regular again. And Hot Shot Secrets, they claim that their products reduces the amount of soot produced by your engine, thereby reducing the amount of regens your truck has to do. Well, that was all claims, and they do have articles and sheets and white papers that you can read. They even use my video and my experience on my 2016 as proof, right? But for me, I want more numbers, right? Does it really reduce the amount of soot? Well, so far, it seems to be the case. Now, again, I don't know because I didn't have OCR turned on previously, so I don't know how full the diesel particulate filter is, but now I can see. And so far, what I have noticed using Hot Shot Secret, EDT, and their Diesel Extreme, but Diesel Extreme, by the way, is used once every 6,000 or 7,000 miles, okay? EDT is every time you fill up, and that's 1 ounce. 1 ounce per 20 gallons, okay? You can see here that whenever my truck went into regen, you can see that how full the diesel particulate filter is starting to drop, which is very interesting. So since this auto regen on the 14th of February, we go to the 19th of February. My truck did go into regen, and I have been extending it out to, actually 500 miles, 501 miles, to give you that extra mile. Diesel particulate filter was at 90%. You can see here on the 24th of February, it is at 95%, but you can see it drop. 26th of February is at 90%. Here's where it gets interesting. I did a regen last night on the way home from South Carolina. 28th of February, truck went into, I did a controlled regen on the highway, and my diesel particulate filter at that time read 70% full. That is very interesting. So what this tells me is that my truck produced less soot between this regeneration and this regeneration. It produced less soot. So that's interesting. Is it Hot Shot Secret EDT? Is it that product that's helping to reduce the amount of soot, thereby essentially reducing the amount of times I have to regen? Because technically, I was at 70%. I didn't have to do a controlled regen, but I'm going to maintain Ford's 500 mile mark limit. However, I could have gone to 95%, and I probably could have extended this 500 mile mark to maybe 600 or 700 miles. I don't know. This is very interesting. So the next few weeks, I'm going to test this theory of mine. If this diesel particulate filter full percentage continues to drop, let's say it continues to drop to 60, 50, 40% full at the time of the 500 mile mark limit, to me, it indicates that Hot Shot Secret EDT is actually indeed reducing the amount of soot. And two, I can actually extend my miles in between regens. I can extend it to maybe 750 miles or maybe 1,000 miles between regens. I don't know. We'll see. This may be just a off-the-wall occurrence, right? What happened last night when I did a controlled regen on the highway, and the truck was at 70% full for the diesel particulate filter. This may just be a one-off thing, right? Just a weird anomaly, okay? But we'll see. This is just an experiment, right? This is what science is. Science is you have a theory and you test it, and if you can confirm that theory and turn it into a fact, then that's science, right? You can prove something to be true. Pseudoscience, people need to understand the difference between science and pseudoscience. Pseudoscience, look, science is this: A plus B equals C, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4. Pseudoscience is, I believe 2 plus 2 equals 5. I have what I think evidence to say 2 plus 2 equals 5. Granted, there's no confirmation, but I believe it to be true. That's pseudoscience, okay? It means it's a theory. It can never be proven and hasn't been proven, okay? And think about that when you think about everything that you know about what you think you know. A lot of it is theory, okay? Theory isn't fact. But anyways, that's a whole different subject. But anyways, so I'm going to continue using Hot Shot Secret. I'm going to see if the diesel particulate filter percentage drops. And if it continues to drop, then I may actually, instead of doing the 500 mile regens like is factory Ford setting, right? I may extend it to 750 miles or maybe 1,000. We'll see. And that would help give more fidelity and confirmation to Hot Shot Secret's claims that it reduces soot and the amount of time you have to regen. Because they have white papers on it, and where they've done testing in using certain companies up, I think in Ohio, and that would seem to be the case. If I'm actually really excited about this, because if I can reduce the amount of regens, right, extend this to 750 or even 1,000 miles, I'm saving money. Okay, I'm saving money doing that. So even though I still get pretty good fuel economy even in a regen, but again, reducing the amount of regens will essentially save you some extra cash. Not by much, but it'll still save you some money. So we'll see. So stay tuned as I do this little scientific experiment-ish, right? And we'll see if that's the case. I really hope it is the case. I really hope their claims are true, that it does indeed reduce the amount of soot, and seems like it, because this percentage here is dropping when I'm reaching the 500-mile mark limit. So actually, I want to say the 26th of February, when this, when I had a regen, it says here 90% right here. The truck was actually at 85%, but right before I hit the 500-mile mark limit, it went to 90%. So, I mean, technically, I could put 85%, but officially the truck did read 90%. But this 90%, it reached 90% literally right before I turned on automatic regen, thereby turning on the active regen and allowing the truck to go into regen. So technically, it's actually 85%. So you can actually see it dropping. It's still dropping. You can see it drop, but anyways. So I'll keep everybody updated. Also, stay tuned for a by the oil analysis by the numbers part 2. As soon as I get the Valvoline Premium Blue Extreme results back from Blackstone Labs, I will do a part 3. I'm going to compare. Part 2. I'm going to compare the 5W40s against each other. The Valvoline, Shell, Amsoil, Schaefer's. If I can find Motorcraft, I'll try to find that and compare that too. But yeah. So there you go. Hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.